Hello everyone. Right now I want to explain about I/O module. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Zikri Tegar Biratama, NPM 253130514. Okay, we start. An AO module or input-output module is a component that connects the CPU and memory to the external device, also known as peripheral device. The CPU cannot communicate directly with the device like a keyboard or printer because this device operate at different speeds and use different data formats. That is why an I/O module is needed. It acts as an interface or bridge between our CPU and the external device. In simple words, the I/O module helps the computer send data to and retrieve data from external devices in an organized and controlled way. There are several reasons why I/O modules are necessary. First, speed difference. The CPU works very fast, while input and output devices are usually much slower. The I/O module helps manage the speed gap. Second, data format difference. The CPU uses binary data, but input devices like keyboard or mice send data in different forms. The I/O module converts this data into a format that the CPU can understand. Third, device control. Each device has its own control signals and command. The I/O module handles this control operation so the CPU does not need to manage device-specific details. So I/O modules make the system more efficient and simpler for the CPU. Now let's talk about the main function of an I/O module. There are four major functions: control and timing. There are four major functions. The first one is control and timing. The I/O module coordinates timing between the CPU and the I/O device. It ensures that data is transferred at the correct time and in the correct order. Second, processor communication. The I/O module communicates with the CPU by receiving commands, sending status information, and transferring data. Device communication: it sends control signals to the device and receives data or status signals from it. Fourth, data buffering. Because devices are slower than the CPU, the I/O module temporarily stores data in a buffer. This buffering helps prevent data loss and improve efficiency. I/O modules can be classified into several types. First, programmed I/O. In the method, the CPU directly controls the I/O operations. The CPU continuously checks whether the device is ready. This method is simple but inefficient because the CPU is busy waiting. Second, interrupt-driven I/O. Here the I/O device sends an interrupt signals when it's ready. The CPU can do other tasks and respond only when interrupted. This method is more efficient than programmed I/O. Third, direct memory access DMA. DMA allows the I/O module to transfer data directly to main memory without involving the CPU for every transfer. This is the fastest and most efficient method, especially for large data transfers. Now we will talk about example of I/O module operation. Let's talk. Let's look at a simple little example using a keyboard. When you press a key, the keyboard sends a signals to the I/O module. The I/O module converts the signal into binary data. The I/O module stores the data in a buffer. The CPU is notified either by polling or interrupted. The CPU reads the data and processes it without an I/O module. The CPU will not be able to understand or manage this process efficiently. I/O modules are essential in a modern computer systems. They reduce CPU workload, improve system performance, enable communication with many different devices, make the system more flexible and scalable. Almost every interaction with a computer involves an I/O module in some way. So, to summarize, I/O module act as a bridge between the CPU and external devices. They handle communication control, buffering, and data transfer efficiency. If you understand I/O module, you will have a stronger foundation in computer organization and system architecture. Thank you for watching me, and we will see you again in another video. Of course, if you want to ask something, just type in the comment. Okay, goodbye.